Hey guys, welcome back. Bushcraft family back again with another video. And it's time for recalls. Yes, it's that time. Um, I think it's very important to keep up to date of the things that are out there that are making people sick and really health dangers that are involved with some of our food that we get at the grocery store. It's not like back in the day where we knew where everything come from. Like you get a pound of hamburger at Walmart, and it's just not from one cow. It's from hundreds of cows. They are all the stuff is ground up all together from different cows into one container. And this container, if one of those cows have something wrong with them, then the whole lot is contaminated. So with that said, it is very important we keep up to date on these. Hi, cat. We keep up to date on these recalls and stuff. And something very pretty important to talk about, because I've been noticing a trend with some of the food and where it comes from. So, hi. Are you going to do the interview with me? Okay. He's going to keep quiet. And by the way, this is Fuzz Nuts, and Spike is in the background there. It's everybody decides to jump on me when I start recording. Okay, our first one, and I will put all these links down in the description below. But we have Tyson. Yes, Tyson recalls chicken nuggets after consumer complaints. Not the company. Consumer complaints of metal pieces in the product. And these are the ones that you feed the kids. They're the dino shaped nuggets. Yeah, so it's very important we keep an eye on that kind of stuff. It's not so bad when it happens to us, but when it happens to our youngins, yeah. And then we have more, and that's the name brand of it. More children's applesauce products recalled after additional illnesses discovered. The FDA has received more reports of illnesses in children related to applesauce products, and 2 more companies have issued recalls after products because of high levels of lead. And they taught you lead is bad for kids when they grow up because it stunts their mental abilities and stuff. So this is a very important one to follow. And again, links down in the description. Read all about it. Now, you'll see a trend in some of these that I will be talking about. But right now, we are just going to go through some of these. Sliced mushrooms recalled because contamination with listeria. Which, that's all we hear about now is listeria. Listeria this, listeria that. Lowbrow company is recalling presidential choice brand sliced white mushrooms after tests showed contamination with listeria. It's a British company in Canada, province of Alberta. Sorry, guys. We have that also in California. Raw milk dairy is not saying much about its salmonella related recalls, and there's a lot of talk about going back to a lot of people wanting to get past the pasteurization and all this other crap. They want to go back to regular milk the way it used to be. You just go to the farm and you get your metal container of milk and you move on. Here, sit still. I know you get all excited when I talk about milk, huh? Here, go over there. And so there is a lot of reports all of a sudden about raw milk and all this issues and stuff like this. So, like always, you would want to make sure where your milk comes from. Now, we don't pay attention to that much anymore, but there are differences in milk that you buy in the stores and stuff. Walmart and Aldi's are probably the worst milk that you could buy on this planet. Well, I probably wouldn't say on this planet, but in North America, maybe. There are so many additives and extra stuff that's in it that shouldn't be there. Because it's cheaper, and they put it's just not good. I won't go into it. I went down the rabbit hole of looking at the milk quality of Aldi's and Walmart, and yeah, I will not buy milk from that place ever. I wouldn't feed my cats that milk, so that tells you a lot. But I want to put this little story down in the description also about the raw milk and everything. But it kind of sounds like they're trying to discourage people from going back to the old ways. So what I'm getting at is when you go to buy milk at your grocery store, you go in there and get that white jug or yellow jug, whatever it may be. You don't know where it comes from. It could come from anywhere. And to me, and this is their own saying, you got to know where your milk comes from and know that it's safe and everything. So how do you know where your milk comes from and if it's safe when it comes from the grocery store? Made no sense to me. But anyways, we have our next one is FDA issues warning about certain oysters from British Columbia because of a Vibria. I'm not sure what that is, but it doesn't sound good. The FDA is advising restaurant and food dealers not to sell and to dispose of oysters, and consumers not to eat oysters from Fanny Bay oysters based in British Columbia, Canada. Yep. We have an ornery cat over here. Settle down over there. Trying to make a video here. USDA orders recall of empanadas that were not inspected. Jacksonville, Florida is recalling 639 pounds of ready-to-eat meat and poultry empanadas. Products produced without federal inspection. And remember, we talked about this before. There's a lot of things getting through that is not getting inspected. The United States Department of Agriculture, Food Safety, and Inspection Service announced today. We'll put the links down below. And here we go again. If you see a pattern, make sure you blurt it out in the comments, because there's a pattern. Okay. Canadian ham recalled from U.S. after inspectors find lack of re-inspections. Hormel, yes, Hormel, an importer of Quebec, Canada, yes, you heard that, Canada again, is recalling 11,000 pounds of ready-to-eat ham that was not presented for an import reinspection into the United States. And again, the United States Department of Agriculture, Food Safety, and Inspection Service reported on this. And let's go over to our, and this still is important. It's still important. Dog food recalled after government testing shows salmonella contamination. Blue Ridge is recalling their Breeder's Choice number 2 log dog food, lot number 8224 UPC. I'm not going to do the numbers because salmonella contamination. And this was notified on October 27th. The firm was notified by the Food and Drug Association. And it is dog food, but it's still important. Still important. And another applesauce. Yes, another applesauce. Excessive levels of lead in baby food found to have impacted at least 4 children's demises. We'll put it that way. The FDA is advising parents and caregivers not to buy or feed wanna banana, something like that, apple, cinnamon, fruit tree, puree pouches. Boy, that's a tongue twister. To children because products contain an elevated level of lead. And they do have a threshold that they allow certain things in our food. And if it gets over that, then it's not good. I don't even think it's good if it's in there in the first place. But it is what it is. And this is our last one here. Grilled onions recalled. Products related to nationwide salmonella outbreak. Grill's Onions of Oxnard, California is volunteering. I like how they volunteer to recall Grill's Onion brand fresh diced onion products because they have potential to be contaminated with salmonella. Yeah. Now, if you haven't noticed, there has been, and this goes on from my other ones that I have done, there has been a lot of contamination from Canada. A lot of food that we're getting imported to us has been very bad. Listeria, salmonella, and some of them other weird ones. Some of the products that we're getting from the apples are high levels of lead that in baby food. A lot of produce like mushrooms, the lettuces and things like that, blueberries, all contaminated. So what's going on with Canada? You know what I mean? You would think they would have the better product and whatnot, but it seems like they're slacking here lately, and it's making us in the United States sick. I mean, if you eat this stuff. So it's something to think about when you're going to the grocery store. Is it a product of, Canada? Do I want to eat stuff that comes from Canada now? Used to be, you would get shoddy stuff from Mexico, but now their quality of stuff has went up quite a bit. So what I'm getting at is we need to pay attention where this food comes from. We need to pay attention of how many of the product is just one thing, or is it a mass amount of different animals or different produce from all over the place. Because it only takes one bad, sorry to say, apple, and it'll contaminate the whole lot. It'd be very nice if we could get back to producing our own food there. And I have been talking about this quite a bit, and I've had been showing videos of families, homesteaders, preppers, whatever you want to call them, that have been, majority of their food has been grown, raised right there on their land. And we need to get back to that. We really do. It's okay to go to the store and buy this and that, but when it can basically terminate yourself by eating some of this stuff because it's contaminated with stuff. We need to get back to where we know where this food comes from, and we know where it's grown, we know what's in it, that type of stuff. Enough of my rant. Like I said, post in the comments down below what you think about these trends that are happening now. Until next time, God bless.